Now we're going to talk about making overcapture videos with your phone, and I'm going to show you free software for both iOS and Android. Hi, my name is Mick and you're watching 360 Rumors, the resource that 360 shooters trust for in-depth 360 camera reviews and innovative techniques. In part 1 of this video, we talked about the advantages of using a 360 camera to make a non-360 video. In part 2, we learned how to create an overcapture video on a desktop using Insta360 Studio and keyframing. In this video, we'll learn how to create a more natural looking overcapture video using your phone. So to create an overcapture video on your phone, we'll need two things. First, we'll need the right app, and second, I highly recommend getting a swivel chair. So what's the best free app? So for Android, the app I would recommend is VR Media Player, and for iOS, I recommend Google Photos. So after installing VR Media Player or Google Photos, now we can begin. So first, you have to transfer the video file to your phone. On Android, transfer it to the DCIM camera folder. On iPhone, it's a little more complicated. There are two ways to do it. Either use iTunes to do a file transfer, or if you don't want to do that, you can just simply upload the video to Google Photos and your phone will have access to it via the cloud. So after copying the file to your phone, we can begin. So I'm going to launch VR Media Player. I'm going to look for the video. So we have the video right here. If you look on the upper right corner, there's an icon that looks like a compass, and when you press that, it activates the gyros. With the gyro activated, I can move the phone, and as I move it, it acts like a virtual camera. I can not only move it left and right, but also up or down. How are you going to export that? You can use a screen recorder. For iOS 11, use the built-in screen recorder. For Android, use the AirShow app. Now use your phone as a virtual camera, rehearse your movement, and when you're ready, start recording. If you want to do a cut, then I would pause it and then switch view and then play it back. During editing, you can trim out the excess video. Another thing you can do is zoom in or out. And the way I do that is by placing my thumbs on opposite sides, and I can pinch in or out. And I can do this in real time. So while I'm controlling the movement of the screen, I can also zoom in or zoom out. And if I zoom out and I point it down, it becomes a tiny planet. If I point it up, it becomes a rabbit hole. iOS, you would use Google Photos and the controls are similar. Open the video and you press play, and there's a compass icon on the bottom left corner. When you tap on that, that means you're using the gyro. And again, you would move the phone left or right to control it. Now, the only thing is with Google Photos, you can't exactly zoom in or out without showing the overlay. So instead, if you want to zoom in or out, what I would do is disable the compass, disable the gyro, and then remove the overlay, and then now you can pinch in or pinch out without the overlay showing up, but you lose the gyro. After you make your overcapture video, don't forget to stop recording the video. So now that you know that you can use overcapture with almost any 360 camera, you might be wondering which is the best 360 camera if you want to do overcapture style videos. And in general, the more detailed a camera is, the better the overcapture will be. So the most detailed 360 cameras that I've tested are number 1, GoPro Fusion, and the second would be E360 VR. Besides detail, you'll also want a 360 camera that's stabilized. And right now, the most affordable stabilized 360 camera is the Xiaomi Media Mi Sphere. Check out the links for a discount code. While you were doing the overcapture video, you might have noticed that while you were moving the phone around, there was a little bit of camera shake. And if you're wondering, how do you avoid that while still maintaining a natural look? And the good news is that there's a camera that can do exactly that. Well, there are two of them actually. One of them is the Insta360 one, and the other one is the Insta360 Nano S. Both of them have a built-in overcapture function. They call it free capture. Not only that, but when you move the camera around with free capture, it's actually stabilized. So watch this. I'm going to start recording, and then I'm gonna tilt it this way, that way. Now stop that mode, and let's play it back. So even though I was tilting the phone, you can see that it's still level. So that's what makes the Insta360 and Nano S two of the best options for phone-based free capture. Speaking of the Insta360, I'm working on a new video that will show amazing new techniques, and of course to show that I'm gonna do fun experiments. I'm also working on another video where I'm gonna answer one of the questions that I get asked almost all the time, almost every day. So I'll see you in 360.